Hello there folks, welcome back to another episode of the Arsenal playthrough with me. Does mention FM, it is Wenger out, and he's still gone. Well, actually I say he's still gone, he's actually still in the boardroom. I've not heard from him for a while, maybe we will soon. Today then, Liverpool and Manchester United coming up, two Premier League games back-to-back that are of maximum importance. Since we last met, wins against Huddersfield and Aston Villa continue the momentum flying forward, and goals are still very much the call to action. 3 and 5 in our last couple of games, and Lukaku getting 6 of those in those two games is a man surely in form. He's come in, he's replaced two very good strikers, but so far has 15 in 14 games and keeps his place today, I'm sure. So, let's get into it then. First game coming up is against Liverpool. Our team for this one then is going to look very, well, not very different, slightly different from what we've seen before. Donnarumma will be in goal, J out right back, we've got Holding, Van Dijk and Danny Rose, Fred and an injured Arthur, who I'm still probably going to risk today. I'm going to risk for the first half at least. Is going to play there in the middle next to Fred. Asensio is going to play on the right hand side with Hazard on the left. Özil then playing behind Lukaku. That's the big change then. Asensio pushed out to that side. Özil comes in the centre. I just think we have more quality now across that forward line, so we'll see how we get on. Of course, if needs be, we can bring on the likes of Moise Kean, Riyad Mahrez. Yeah, and Arthur should be okay. Gashed head, so I'm not too worried about it. Has been treated by the doctor and should be able to see this game out. And thinking of that though in mind, let's put let's put just a Gay on the bench for Jack Butland in case we need to make that change in the middle. So let's get into it. Now, something that I think is interesting as you get to these sort of stages in games, we're obviously in year 3 now, is what the teams of other teams, big teams, look like. And obviously, well, first things first, let's look at Liverpool's. Okay, this is a little bit bizarre, I'm not going to lie. The Karius is in goal, Klein at right back, who we've not really seen too much of in real life, Sidney at left back, Longford and Javi Martinez in the middle, Emre Can, Naby Keita, Torreira, Salah on one side, Sturridge on the other, and Alcacer through the centre. Okay then. Ben Woodburn, Robertson's still there, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Firmino, Henderson, Gomez. So actually quite a lot of Liverpool players remain, but that starting 11, different. Then again, look at the Arsenal one. Daft. Of course, we're sticking with 2D. Let's see how we get on, though. It should be interesting. It should be a good game as well, though. Both sides looking to attack. I've made myself a drink. This is lemonade and apple juice. Yeah, I'm starting a movement. Of course, we have Virgil van Dijk in this game. Of course, it's signed for Liverpool in real life for a lot of money. And Heisa puts the ball in, and Karius saves. Apparently, it's Heisa, but Heisa J is what we're sticking with. Lukaku on it now, though. Forward towards Hazard, who's got a chance perhaps there. And Hazard early in the game with a good chance. Apple and lemonade. It's nice. That wasn't an evidence, though. I think I've just choked on oxygen, so that's gone well. How did you die, Ben? Well, I was breathing, and the oxygen just took a hold of me. Don't you need that to live, though? Well, that's what I've always thought. Chance for Liverpool, maybe. Salah cuts inside. Oh, you are having a laugh. That is a very similar. Was it Salah's goal? It was. That's a very similar goal to we scored in real life quite recently. Regardless, it's 1-0 Liverpool, and not good. Robertson's on as well. The ball's played across to Salah, who it's a very Mo Salah-like finish. You've got to say. So a flying kick comes in from someone. We'll never know who. I think it might have been Fred, but never mind. We score a lot of goals. We don't lose a lot of games, but the games we do lose are very often against the best sides. It's Lukaku now with a chance to strike back immediately. He has done. It looked okay. Well, 3 dimensions. Here we go. What occurred there? There's some good defending at the back from us. You've got to say, Fred Van Dijk's got a wonderful through ball. Look at that. Lukaku though on it. And how does it go in the goal? It's sort of. Well, it's not good goalkeeping, is it? It's not. Free kick for Liverpool. On the edge, Salah's got loads of space. If he gets a shot off, he could be in trouble. We delayed it long enough, and the shot was wide eventually. But that's dangerous, especially away at Anfield. We've got to be a bit more careful to give Liverpool those sorts of opportunities. They're obviously going to take them more often than not. As they come forward again here. Sturridge into Torreira in the centre. Alcacer's there into Salah again, who's causing problems. Pulls it back, and Alcacer, he can't miss from there, really. And he gets the goal. Liverpool, you can see there in 9th position. Not having the best of seasons, still above Everton. Not having the best of seasons, though. And so far, Anfield, 2-1. They always get up for the big games, Liverpool, don't they? And they're proving that right now. Ball's played through. A little bit of fortune to it, I guess. But then again, Salah, it's a good cutback. And, yeah, we're not really good enough there, boys. I wonder if we're too attacking away from home against a team like Liverpool. This could be a mistake. Our philosophy this season, though, is we will score more goals than you. So let's see if we can continue that as we give the ball away in pretty silly circumstances. As Emre Can into Keita, and now a chance for them. Alcacer again running at our back line, causing problems. The shot just wide, blimey. We're actually going to change up to the counter-attack as Liverpool come forward with another opportunity. Özil nips in, though, and plays it up towards Lukaku, but Lovren deals with it pretty comfortably. And now Emre Can, but good working back there from Lukaku, and now Hazard has got a chance to run at them maybe as we're pushing men forward. Ball out to that right-hand side, not the best. And Liverpool again on the counter, looking like they might find a chance for us, or for them even. Alcacer with a shot, just wide. All Liverpool so far in this game, though. We've got 1 goal, that's our only highlight. Emre Can in acres of space, but doing this all too often. Alcacer, Sturridge, Salah, that's fortunate. But 3-1, and I think Riyad Mahrez is going to come on the pitch immediately. Arthur maybe is another one we've got to think about. As half-time is approaching, a couple of changes maybe. There's one more chance, mate. Oh, this isn't good. It's not even going to be ours. As Liverpool again knock the ball forward. Rob Holding gets there, and it's Arthur. Is there going to be a final chance before the end of this half? Asensio. Pause the... I know. So at half-time, going to make some changes. Asensio is going to go into the middle. Him and Ozil having pathetic games, frankly. Riyad Mahrez is going to come on then, and we are going to bring on a defensive player in Gay. We're going to put him in the centre, play him as a... or maybe just a box-to-box, actually, get him working up and down. Put him next to Fred. Hopefully that will be enough of a change. We'll swap Rob Holding and Van Dijk around as well. Neither of those are having particularly good games, so switching it up might just be the tonic. But we're 3-1 down. Very rarely have we been in this position. I would certainly expect us to score again, because we seem to score 3 every single game at the moment. But we're climbing uphill here as the ball finds Gay on the edge, actually, and he may have a chance to do something. Well, he just got hushed back. That's ushered and hurried back. Hazard, though, across to Lukaku, who is onside, is he? Yes, 3-2. The game isn't quite over yet, folks. 15 minutes gone. This is, as I say, not over yet. Into Lukaku's feet. It was Hazard that played it to him. We go back towards Rob Holding, but you can see fullbacks pushed on. Danny Rose is one of them. Ball played into the middle. He will get a second bite at this. Will he have a better delivery in? Ball forced to Hazard. Mahrez is there at the back post. And it's 3-3. That little change, that little switch. And it seems to have paid off so far. Back on level terms. And now we're gone. And you would really have us down as favourites to win this. Danny Rose, first ball in, not the best, but the clearance is poor. And Danny Rose gets another opportunity to put the ball into the middle. He does do. Lukaku heads down to Hazard, who has the composure to put it back to Mahrez. Robertson falls asleep at the back post, and Arsenal capitalise. Come on, lads. It's our final season. I want it to be a good season. It's a free kick for Liverpool. It's chipped in. Holding gets a headed clearance away, and now you can see us bursting forward. We're still on the counter-attack, remember? So Eden Hazard now, left-hand side. He's got lots of options in the middle. Loads of options in the middle, and Romelu Lukaku is the man that steps up. Of course he does. He does it so often for us. It's Liverpool 3. Arsenal 4. What a game it has been. You can see here, Riyad Mahrez, great bit of vision to pick out Eden Hazard, who races towards the byline. He beats his defender, all ends up. The ball pulled back, and there's Lukaku arriving late with the finish. Looking very good, isn't it? Corner kick. Asensio puts it into the centre. Van Dijk's there holding. It's 5-3. What a game this has been. Goals galore. It's never dull, is it? Over Wenger out. My goodness. Asensio with the corner kick. Van Dijk heads down, and Holding can't miss. Lovely. Another Liverpool free kick, though. Salah on the edge. Just 15 minutes left. So a Liverpool goal, and it'll be, I think the phrase Sir Alex Ferguson coined is squeaky bum time. And it may well be, as it comes to the edge of the box again. Anyone get on that? No. Back to us, Firmino. And now a chance for Liverpool to continue their attack. If we get this, though, you think the counter could be on. Fred, we know his delivery from those areas is good. And he finds Lukaku, who's got to pick out a man, and he does. Eden Hazard, it's now a 2-on-3 situation. Hazard pulls back to Asensio. It's so easy, but it's so effective and so good to watch. 8 points clear if we win this one. And at 6-3, that's looking pretty likely. What a bit of play this is, though. You've got to say, Lukaku bursting forward. I did ask you, actually, recently, how you think this team would do against some of our other teams. Swindon was a team I didn't mention last time that a few people thought would give this team a run for its money. The likes of Pixie. You may well be right, but my goodness, we are free scoring. 11 minutes left, and if you had to make a prediction, you'd probably say there's still goals left in this. Although Liverpool, since getting 3, have done very little else, and it's off the line by Van Dijk. We've decided to bother defending now, which is nice to see. 5 goals in the second half. It has been ridiculous. And with 5 minutes to go, is there going to be one more? Sturridge, not quite. Forward towards Lukaku. This could end 7-3 at Anfield to Arsenal. This is ridiculous. Eden Hazard drives forward. Can't quite apply the finish. Carries with a save. But what a turnaround. We're into added time. Hazard comes forward. Is it going to be 7? Karius. Well, everyone's decided to defend for the final few minutes. And there we are then. Full time. Liverpool 3. Arsenal 6. And Lukaku now. I think it was at 6 in the last 2 games. He's now got 3 more. So 9 in 3 games. It's quite impressive from Romeo. Don't even know his name. It's so good, I don't even know his name. Romeo. A very nice victory, well done. I just got the achievement, Comeback King. We've never got... What is that exactly? Where you've won a competitive match after being 2 or more goals down at half-time. Thank you very much. It's taken until now. Right then, Manchester United coming up, and I'll see you for that in just a moment. Okay, folks, second game of the episode, and Kurzweil comes in for the suspended Danny Rose. Riyad Mahrez is going to take the place of Asensio. We're going to keep Ozil in there. I know Asensio played pretty well, but we need to keep the squad rotated. Lots of football to be played at this Christmas period, and it is Boxing Day. So Ozil's going to keep his spot behind Lukaku. We will, of course, have Asensio on the bench if needs be. The rest of the team remains the same from the last match. Arthur comes back in, and he should be fully fit this time around, so should, in theory, provide a better performance for us. Let's get into it, though. Arsenal versus Manchester United. It's always a cracker. Right then, how... their team, Ben. Just quickly looking at the United team before we get into this one then. Dolberg is to play up top for them. Isco in behind. Martial. Mata's still there as well. Pogba and Blind in the centre. Ricardo Rodriguez. Eric Bailly. Eric Dyer. I love that they've got two Erics. And Lindelof at right back. De Gea still remains in goal. How are we doing then? I think to them we match up pretty well. And of course Lukaku playing against his former team. And there he is then. Lukaku won the ball against this United back line. Picks out Eden Hazard beautifully. If he can put it back for someone, maybe, but he goes alone and doesn't quite pull off the finish. Remains 0-0. You've got to say, our fitness is far better than United's. It seems to be better than every team we play against, to be fair. But it's something I think, as a manager, I do pride myself on. Keeping the team nice and fit, ready to play game after game. And I think that helps with consistency. Of course it does. If you keep the same team out there and it's a winning team, then you should try and do it as much as possible, in my opinion. As Juan Mata finds Lindelof and United come forward, but it seemingly comes to nothing. Hazard now with a chance, perhaps he takes on his man. Well, the speed from Eden Hazard, the great save from De Gea, could be 1-0. Fred now on the edge of the box. What are we doing here then? Arthur into Riyad Mahrez. It sort of fumbled around a little bit. Eventually United get it clear, but so far been relatively even. I feel like we've had a little bit of the better of it though. Mahrez now forward towards Heiss, who's got options in the middle. He kind of goes for... I don't know if he intentionally goes for goal there, or if the cross is a bit askew. Regardless, though, remains at 0-0. Although, is that going to be the case for much longer? Arthur on it now. Oh, it's cut out, and maybe United with a chance to break, of course. Our fullbacks push up a lot, and Martial might find a gap to exploit here. He plays it across to Lindelof, who's causing problems. Manchester United come forward, ball to the back post, and Martial makes it 1-0. 20 minutes gone, not ideal. United applying some more pressure here. Martial, and they're keeping the ball particularly well. Blind and Pogba in the centre so far have done a pretty good job for United at stopping us from having more opportunities. Asensio may well be called into action soon. That one, though, doesn't come to anything, although we're getting put under pressure here. Will this lead to something? I do wonder. Donnarumma launches it upfield. Riyad Mahrez doesn't quite get there, but Arthur knocks it down, and again, United, and that's so often been the case so far in this game, actually, have been in control when the second ball has been loose. Isco, lovely little through ball to Martial, who's causing us all sorts of issues, and fires past Donnarumma. I mean, we did okay at Anfield. At Old Trafford, though, it's not been quite as simple. I say simple, but you were 3-1 down and scored 5 in the second half. What was simple about that? Riyad Mahrez into Ozil. Hazard with a chance to strike back. De Gea with a good save though. This corner doesn't come. I've seen the script. It doesn't come. This again. It's not. It's just going to fizzle out. Watch, really. Here we go. Fizzle. United forward again. This time it's Juan Mata. Oof, I mean, that is wild. Wild. Mata, that doesn't work at all. On no level, Ben, does that one work? Well, at half-time, it's not been the most productive first half for us. 2 goals down, and I'm going to say show me something else in the second half. They're motivated for it. I think the one obvious change we're going to make then is to bring Asensio on. I'm tempted to actually... I know he scored a lot of goals for us recently. Lukaku potentially to go off, and Moise Kean. I might go for an attacking trio change. Maybe. We also changed these 2 around last time, and that seems to work wonders. We're gonna be very bold here. Like that's going to come on, as is Moise Kean. So Hazard, Ozil. This is bold. Hazard, Ozil, and Lukaku off. And 3 men have replaced. This might not work. We were also on the counter-attack in that last game. And again, we might be in a similar situation that against the better sides, you can't afford to play attacking away from home. You'll be picked apart. And Martial showed twice that was to be the case. Now, a little bit more reserved, maybe with still an attacking intent, might pay off for us as this first highlight might even go our way. The second half, as Fred's control, it wasn't bad, and he's on a booking. A red card right now would be probably the worst thing that could happen. Do you know what? A red card would be worse than a goal, I dare say, at this stage. Mata into Pogba, though, and it could be United, actually, that have another chance. Martial, again, goes through. Martial, Donnarumma with the save. Isco struggling for a little bit of fitness. Eric Bailly at the back also struggling. They've got a few options on the bench though, United. You've got to say, Son Heung-min's there. Marcus Rashford. So they've got options. Hopefully options they don't decide to use though. Isco forward to Martial, who's in again. Dolberg. It has been a bit embarrassing. An hour gone. And United have just given us the absolute beating of a lifetime. They haven't. Leicester did that. can't really forget about it. It bothers me. What can I say? It bothers me. 18 minutes left. This would be quite the comeback. Ball played in. Cleared, though. There's no sign of the comeback. We're going to have to score. It feels like a wonder goal is the only sort of thing that gets us back into this, but it ain't looking all too likely right now as we work things out towards the back. And Mahrez now forward to Asensio, who so far, since we moved there, has actually been a bit more involved compared to Ozil. And that, my friends, is a lovely little goal. Mahrez to Keane. Is it over? I don't know, maybe not. I'm always keen with it. We're always going to score, and is there going to be another opportunity for us? Dolberg now is going to get the ball out from under his feet, and I'm sure if he gives us a delivery in here, we're in all sorts of trouble. Martial's there. That's a big miss. Martial again causing problems. Oh my, Mkhitaryan. That's what. It was out eventually. Goodness sake. 4-1. 4-1. Well, this has been somewhat humbling, viewers. For the first time in a while, we've been battered. We've had a really good run of games, and now United come along, and I think we started too open to begin with. That was probably the first problem we had. And maybe even not starting Asensio when we went with Ozil instead. But there we have it then. That's game over. 4-1 is the result. And actually, before we go, we're going to have the Capital One Cup semi-final draw. I mean, the assistants with team talk went well, so do I need to say any more? The reason we bring this up is the next time we will meet, it's going to be in a very long while. We've seen a lot of January stuff. We know that Gabriel Jesus is coming in. I don't think much else will happen during the window. Maybe a defender here and there, but I'll let you know. The next time we shall meet will be the semi-final, the second semi-final leg of the Carabao Cup. So that's going to be the next time we meet each other. There's quite a few games in between that, but I want to get through this season, of course. Champions League games coming up, a Premier League title to be fought for, and yeah, lots to play for still this season. So first things first, though, let's get to this draw, and then I'll say goodbye. And I'll say now, before the draw, Liverpool have sacked Jurgen Klopp. That's very sad. That wasn't it, actually. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a like. I mentioned it earlier. We're changing the sequence of things. I just skipped the draw, didn't I? I just skipped it. We'll play either Watford or Liverpool. Although there it's saying Watford. So, maybe Watford. Watford won it a few years ago. Well, look, that has been an anticlimax to say that. It's a good job I told you to like the video before that bit, because if you'd have seen that bit, you might not have done. But that is going to bring us to the end then. If you enjoyed it, do drop a like. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel. I'm in love with care. If you want to spend your time next time. Goodbye.